Hey guys, welcome to my second review. This is the WE SCAR H SSR. I got this from EBS for $405 and it came with free express shipping. Okay, so at the front here we have the SCAR H flash hider. It's got a nice aggressive look to it, kind of like the rebar cutter style flash hiders. It has the two notches here for the SCAR H suppressor. I don't know if it fits or not, as I don't have access to one, but I'm pretty sure it will. Moving along, we have two front sling mounts, very nice thick metal, very nice and secure. They would easily hold up the weight of the gun. At the top here we have the front flip up sight. This is made of steel with an adjustable front sight post, also removable as well, so you can put on some aftermarket sights. Then we have the fake gas regulator in here. This also doubles up as a 2mm Torx head screw. On this gun there is only 4 screws on either side where the Torx head screwdriver can be used. I don't see any purpose for these screws other than maybe taking off these rails on the sides. These 3 over here don't do anything, they're just cosmetic. Nice touch though. Just pop that back in. Locks back in place like that. Then we have the solid monolithic upper. It's made of very nice aluminium, with the markings on the top. Then we also have the 2 side rails and the 1 single long rail at the bottom. These rails are extremely long and there's more than enough space to mount whatever you want on this gun. I mean, you could put at least 25 scopes in here and 15 bipods on the bottom and at least 7 or 8 PEQ boxes on either side. So you're not hard pressed for rail estate, as they say. Moving along, we have the charging handle, which is a steel handle. It can be put onto the other side as well. Nice feature of this is that it locks into place. So you can access the hop-up chamber to adjust your hop-up. Release it with the bolt release. Gives a very nice sound. Moving back is the rear sight, also steel with the markings on it. This is a standard 600 meter SCAR sight. Clicks in place very nicely. The elevation adjustment is very solid and precise, and so is the windage. Obviously this is also removable like the front sight, so you can replace it with whatever you want. Onto the lower receiver. It's made of a very thick and sturdy polymer. Much better than the D-boys of the VFC, I think. There's very little flex in this. Feels very nice, very high quality. Very impressed with that. The mag release is ambidextrous, with nice raised ridges on it for ease of use, I guess. Nice stiff springs behind them. The fire selector is a standard ambidextrous SCAR fire selector with very positive clicks. The trigger is also a SCAR style trigger, not an M4 style. This is quite nice. It actually has a very soft and short trigger pull, which I wasn't expecting, which is a nice touch. Pistol grip, standard nylon fiber M4A1 pistol grip with a metal base plate and looks like a brass adjuster screw. Moving on to the back, we have 1, 2 and 3 sling mount points. Also the same thick metal as used in the front. One of the main complaints about the SCAR is that these holes often aren't big enough for most slings. This is the front part of my Strike Industries sling, and seems to fit just fine. A little bit stiff, but I don't think we would need any ring attachments or anything to make that work. Moving on to the stock, we have a 2-position cheek riser, also very nice thick polymer plastic, matte finish to it. Locks in place very solidly. That's not going to jump out of place when you're firing the gun. The stock release button releases the stock, folds to the side, clicks in place. One thing I don't really like is that the mechanism here isn't that strong and it doesn't take very much force to unhinge it. This would only be used for transportation or maybe if you're in a vehicle with such a long rifle, but I would have just liked that to be a little bit stiffer. It locks back into place very nicely. Okay, at the back here we have a normal 6-position SCAR stock. I've actually opened this up and there's actually only 4 slots that it can lock into position with, so it's not really 6-position. But the locking is very nice and solid. It does have a little bit of wobble, but I mean almost all SCARs I've handled have had the same amount of wobble in their stock. At the back here is the butt pad, and this is actually the battery compartment as opposed to up here on the D-boys. You just push it out with this little pin which stays in place, and pull off the butt pad, like so. Then over here is the battery compartment, which is quite small. It's only from there to there. For wider 9.6 or 11.1 LiPos, you might have a problem if they are the thick cell type, but for a normal stick type LiPo, you'll have no problem at all. It's nice and deep. With a butterfly or nunchuck style 11.1 with the thinner cells, it would also fit in there quite easily. I'm just going to leave this off for now. So that's a quick overview of the externals. I'm just going to give you a brief look at the takedown of this gun, which is, I would say, one of the nicest parts of it, as it's quite easy. So we just push out the front pin, like so, pull off the lower, open the stock, pull the wire out, push it through the hole, and that's the lower of the SCAR out. Then to remove the inner barrel, simply slide up the stock, pull out the bolt guide rod. Then on the hop-up chamber there's a small little tab over here, if you can see. You just depress that and the barrel comes out nice and easily. The hop-up chamber is a nice thick clear plastic. It's very solid, very nice smooth but stiff adjustment on the dials. I don't have any worries about this and setting itself while you're shooting. Seems to have an O-ring under the main gear. The end of the barrel's got a nice deep crown on it. It does have a few machine marks on it, but I don't think that would affect accuracy too much. I have looked down the bore and the bore is very nice and smooth. There's no concentric rings. So as a stock barrel, I'd say this is quite nice. I haven't measured the inner diameter though, but I assume it's probably about a 604 to 608 standard stock gun barrel diameter. Okay, so to reassemble, just drop the barrel back in, slide it in until it clicks in place, like so. There we go. Put the spring guide for the bolt back in, like that. Put the stock on, feed the wiring back through the hole. This can be a little bit of a mission. Like that, and back into the stock, like so. The rear locking tab locks into the end of the stock here, like that. Drop it into place, push the pin, close the stock, and that's that. I must say I'm very impressed with this gun, and it's well worth the money. I'm just going to give you a short chrono test quickly, and I'll take it from there. Okay, here with the chrono, I'm just going to do a quick test. I'm just going to talk about the magazine as well. WE currently only makes high caps for this gun, which is a bit disappointing. None of the aftermarket, well, not aftermarket, but the D-Boys and VFC and Mag and all other brands of SCAR H mid caps do not work with this gun, as the feed tube is centered in the center here as opposed to at the front on the other mags. So for now I would just have to use a high cap. It's got a very nice solid and easy to open door to feed the BBs in, with a very nice sounding wheel. Anyway, so let's just get on to the chrono test along. Okay, so the average seems to be about between 400 and 405 FPS. When I got the gun, I chronoed it straight away, and it was shooting about 415 to 420. I have shot out about a mag and a half since I've had it, so the spring seems to have settled quite a bit. Other than that, I'm very happy with this gun. It's got the perfect FPS for field games, and I'll let you know once my upgrades are complete. And once again, thank you for watching my review, and like, share, comment and subscribe. Thanks.